Hey guys, third video in one day. It's a record, but I'm doing this basically as a shout out to Ebomy. Everybody knows Ebomy. If you don't, you should. Ebomy, and this probably would go toward a couple other guys on YouTube, but I like to call out one person at a time, so I'm going to call out on Ebomy. Where am I and what time is it? It is beer time. It is 6:30 Friday night, the 17th of August, and I am, as you can clearly see, at my bar, my homemade bar that I showed in a previous video. Anyway, we're going to do a beer tasting. And the reason I'm calling out Ebomy, Eric, is because I'm crooked. I don't know why. I've seen several of his beer tastings, and you're not really doing a beer tasting, you're doing a beer drinking. Let me explain to you the difference. You're drinking decent quality beer, I think, because I've got a t-shirt that says fizzy yellow beer is for wussies. Love that t-shirt. I've also got a t-shirt that says excommunicated Mormon drinking team. That's cool too. I'll show those at the end of the video in still shots. But you call yourself a beer drinker, you call yourself a connoisseur of the malt and hops, but you drink out of the bottles. How about barbaric can you be? I mean, you drink out of the bottles if you're having a Bud or a Bud Light. You drink out of the bottle for Miller and Coors. But if you're gonna not torture your taste buds and have a decent beer, you drink out of a glass, man. Your mama never taught you how to drink from a glass when you're drinking quality hops and beer? I don't know. It's pretty intolerable. So let's go ahead and mount the camera on the tripod. Okay, so for tonight's tasting, we have what I'm hoping to be non-disappointing. Let me adjust the camera here. We are having a Downtown Brown. This beer is from the Lost Coast Brewery and Cafe in Eureka, California. I buy my beers from a place called Total Wine and More, or Bevmo here in Phoenix area. And usually, I'd say 70% of the time I'm not drinking anyone's beer because I brew my own. And we might do a video on home brewing, I don't know yet. But I brew my own, and if I had any, I'd let you taste one. But I actually ran out of my own, so I had to go to the store and get craft beer. I'm actually going to make, my next batch is going to be in honor of Ebomy, since I'm pretty much criticizing him tonight. I'm making an Ebomy ale, and I will be sending some his way. So, let's check out the Downtown Brown, properly consumed in a glass. It doesn't matter if it's a beer glass like this, if it's a shot glass like this. Hell, I'd even accept you drinking beer out of a wine glass like this. But drink it out of a glass, man. I mean, I know that you walk standing up and you don't drag your knuckles on the ground, so, you know, way back when man started walking upright without dragging their nails, they learned how to drink beer from a glass. So let's crack the top on this thing. It's a little shorty bottle, which I kind of like because, you know, I like these smaller bottles sometimes. I also keep a lot of my beer bottles, I keep and put them on top of the kitchen cabinets if they're a clever label. So let's take a look at this one now. The glass has been checked for dust. Store your glasses, people, laying down like this. If you store them facing up, you get dust and crap in them. Nothing can ruin a beer faster than dust. I always do the short pour. I don't fancy it up with a long pour or anything like that. This brown ale, I believe, retailed for about $2.85. And you also do not take the last sip of it, because if it's a true craft beer, it's going to have some cinnamon in it. And if you can barely see there, hang on, let me grab a light. Okay, I've got a light now. Go and see if we can see some cinnamon here. Yeah, I see some cinnamon down there. I don't know if it'll come up on camera. Let me try to defog it a little bit. You should have some cinnamon if it's a good craft beer, and there's some cinnamon in there. By the way, this flashlight that I'm using is a brand new flashlight that I will be reviewing in a video beginning of next week. It's a really great carry always flashlight. It's got 3 modes. It's got high beam at 180 lumens. It's got strobe, and then it's got low, which I haven't figured out how to get to low, but I will before I do my review. So it's great. It's going to be on my belt at all times in my EDC. So first test the head. It does not have a real frothy head. And for you guys that don't homebrew or don't know, when you are brewing a beer, you put it in the, you brew it in the wort on the stove, then you put it in a tub, 5-gallon bucket for a primary fermenter, then you transfer it to a secondary fermenter, which is either another tub or a glass carboy. And sometimes you can do a tertiary tub, a third tub for another week. That stays in those tubs for about 2.5 weeks. And then you bottle it. And from the time you bottle it to the time that it goes into the refrigerator or any cooled storage, it's developing its head. I've had beers that I've left out of the coolness refrigerator for a year, and I had a 4-inch head on top of my beer, literally as tall as this glass was the beer, was the head. I had that in one of my really tall glasses. So let's go ahead and taste this Downtown Brown, and I will give you my opinion. Okay, so we have our Downtown Brown. My eyes are still screwed up. I cannot read very well, but I'm going to see if I can find out what the percentage is. 12 fluid ounces. I've got a way that I've been cheating to read, guys, and that is I'm reading through the magnifier of my camera on my phone. So let me see if I can do this here. It's a brown ale, we knew that. Never known a craft beer to come without its alcohol by volume. Wow, guys, I apologize. There's no ABV on this bottle. Okay, so we don't know what the alcohol by volume is. Let's go ahead and give it a test here. Smell it first. I'm getting a little bit of fruity undertone. A little bit of oak too. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. I forgot to toast. Here's to beer. Good. This would be a buy again. It meets one of my criteria for beer, and that is if I put my fingers behind it or my hand behind it, if I can see my fingers through the beer, I usually don't drink it. I like dark beers. I'll partake of a ale every once in a while, but give me a porter or a stout any day of the week and I'll finish it. And don't you dare ask me if I like Guinness. I'm not Irish. Definitely getting the oak I'm almost tasting, and I'm not sure if it's in the ingredients. I'll annotate it if it is. I'm almost tasting some chocolate. Finishes well. It's definitely a buy again. I will repeat purchase this bottle. Lost Coast Brewing and Cafe in Eureka, California, if you're ever in the part of town. Aside from the low to non-existent head, I give it a win. So I'm going to enjoy this and crash. My wife worked overtime today. She's been at work for about 11 hours and she won't be home before 10 because she's a nanny and the people that she's nannying for have got enough function after dinner. So questions you have about brewing beer, questions you have about beer? Thought we'd go off subject since I was so busy most of the day selling my 229 and then getting my beautiful new sailor gun. You haven't seen it, you're not watching all my videos. New 6 Hour Navy Edition P229. Love it. And that's it for now. Thanks a lot, and I will see you guys soon. Stay safe and train. I didn't say that in the last video. Ugh, can't believe it. Anyway, stay safe and train, and we will see you guys Sunday or tomorrow night with some pretty awesome range videos. Some tactical training. You're going to see some really interesting stuff, I think. Thank you. Bye-bye.